Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, good. 3 games, 4 games. We were unlucky against Luton.
When you hear the name Michael Olise, you probably think of silky dribbles, effortless creativity, and that calm, almost mysterious presence on the pitch. But what if I told you that off the pitch, his life is just as fascinating, if not even more surprising? Because unlike many modern football stars who flood social media with flashy posts and loud luxury, Olise moves differently, quietly, strategically, almost like he's playing a completely different game that most people don't even realize exists. And that's exactly what makes his lifestyle so shocking. He's not the type to constantly show off. You won't see him bragging every day about his wealth or posting endless pictures of designer outfits and supercars. But make no mistake, behind that low-key persona is a life filled with serious luxury, carefully chosen investments, and a taste that leans more toward understated elegance than loud extravagance. So today, we're diving deep into Michael Olise's lifestyle, from the cars he drives, to the luxury items he owns, to the stunning homes he's quietly built his life around. And by the end of this, you might start to see him in a completely different way. From sleek, high-performance machines worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, to luxury residences in some of the most expensive areas in Europe, Olise is building an empire silently. And by the end of this video, you're going to see why Michael Olise might just be one of the most underrated, wealthy players in football today. Because trust me, his lifestyle will genuinely shock you. Before we dive into the cars and the mansions, it's important to understand something about Michael Olise that makes his lifestyle even more surprising. Unlike players who step into fame and instantly chase the spotlight, Olise has built his career with a low-key approach. This is a player who lets his football speak first, and everything else just follows. That mindset is exactly what makes his wealth feel almost hidden. While other players are showing off chains, designer outfits, and parties, Olise is investing, upgrading, and quietly elevating his lifestyle. But don't confuse quiet with simple. Because once you start looking closely, you realize he enjoys premium quality at every level. Let's start with something that immediately grabs attention: his cars. Michael Olise isn't known for owning dozens of vehicles, but the ones he does own reflect precision, class, and serious performance. Every car he chooses tells you something about his personality: clean, powerful, and refined. One of the standout cars linked to Olise is a Mercedes AMG 63. This is not just any Mercedes. This is a performance beast wrapped in luxury. With a handcrafted AMG engine, this car pushes out over 500 horsepower, going from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. It combines everyday comfort with raw speed, something that perfectly mirrors Olise's playing style on the pitch. The price for a Mercedes AMG C63 usually sits between $80,000 and $100,000, depending on customization. And knowing footballers, it's almost guaranteed his version includes upgraded interiors, premium leather finishes, and advanced digital cockpit features. But he doesn't stop there. Olise has also been associated with high-end SUVs, particularly models like the Range Rover Sport. This is where luxury meets practicality. The Range Rover is a favorite among footballers, and for good reason. It offers a commanding road presence, smooth ride quality, and one of the most refined interiors in the automotive world. With prices ranging from $90,000 to over $130,000, depending on the specification, this is not just a car. It's a statement. Inside, you get heated and ventilated seats, a panoramic sunroof, premium sound systems, and enough space to feel like you're driving a moving penthouse. And then there's the potential supercar side. While Olise keeps much of his life private, players at his level often transition into owning elite-level machines like Audis from the RS lineup, or even stepping into Porsche territory. A Porsche 911 Carrera, for example, is a logical upgrade path, offering iconic design, razor-sharp handling, and a starting price well above $110,000. Even without publicizing every vehicle, it's clear that Olise's taste leans toward performance luxury rather than flashy excess. His cars are fast, elegant, and built for someone who appreciates engineering just as much as aesthetics. And honestly, that makes his collection even more impressive. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Michael Olise doesn't flood social media with designer hauls or jewelry showcases, but when you do spot what he wears or owns, it tells a very clear story. This is someone who invests in high-end fashion quietly. We're talking about brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, and Prada. Not loud, oversized logos, but clean, tailored pieces that often cost thousands of dollars. A single designer jacket can easily range from $2,000 to $5,000. Sneakers. Expect limited edition pairs that resell for double their original price. Then there are watches. While Olise isn't known for constantly flashing luxury watches, players in his earning bracket often gravitate toward brands like Rolex and Audemars Piguet. A Rolex Datejust alone can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000. Step into more exclusive models like the Submariner or Daytona, and you're easily entering the $30,000 to $50,000 range. These are not just accessories, they're long-term assets that hold value and, in many cases, appreciate over time. Even his everyday essentials reflect luxury. From high-end headphones to top-tier smartphones and customized tech setups, everything around him is likely premium, efficient, and built for convenience. This is the kind of lifestyle where nothing is cheap, but nothing is unnecessarily loud either. Now let's talk about where Michael Olise really lives, because this is where things step into a completely different level. As a Premier League level player, Olise has access to some of the most exclusive residential areas in England and Europe. Players in his position often live in private gated communities where security, privacy, and luxury are top priorities. We're talking about modern mansions with sleek architectural design, open-plan interiors, and massive glass walls that bring in natural light. A typical home for a player like Olise could easily be worth anywhere between $2 million and $5 million, depending on location and customization. Inside, you're looking at features like indoor gyms, home cinemas, smart home systems, controlling lighting and temperature, and designer kitchens fitted with the latest appliances. Bedrooms aren't just spaces to sleep, they're suites. Walk-in closets, spa-style bathrooms, and private balconies are standard at this level. And then there's the outdoor space. Expect landscaped gardens, heated swimming pools, and entertainment areas perfect for private gatherings. Some homes even include mini football pitches or training areas. The level of comfort is almost unreal. But what makes Olise's situation unique is how private he keeps it. Unlike many players who showcase every corner of their homes online, he keeps fans guessing. That mystery adds to the appeal, and honestly, makes everything feel even more exclusive. But here's the thing, we've only scratched the surface, because Michael Olise's lifestyle isn't just about what he owns, it's about how fast it's growing. From rising contracts and endorsements to potential future moves that could skyrocket his wealth even further, his journey is far from finished. Now, to really understand how Michael Olise can afford this kind of lifestyle, we need to look at how fast his income is growing. Olise isn't just any player. He's one of the most technically gifted young stars in European football, and clubs know it. That level of talent comes with serious financial rewards, especially in the Premier League. At Crystal Palace, Olise quickly became one of the club's most valuable assets. His contract reportedly places him among the higher earners at the club, with weekly wages estimated around $100,000 or more when bonuses and incentives are included. That means he's earning well over $5 million a year just from football alone. And that's only the foundation. Because the real jump in income comes when players like Olise start attracting bigger clubs and long-term contracts. With constant links to elite teams, every transfer rumor carries a massive potential salary increase. A move to a top-tier club could easily double his earnings overnight, pushing him into the $10 million to $15 million per year range. And once that happens, his lifestyle goes to an entirely different level. But football wages are only one part of the equation. Modern footballers don't just earn money from playing, they build personal brands. Even though Olise is more reserved than most, that doesn't mean brands aren't watching him. In fact, his calm personality actually works in his favor. Brands today are not just looking for loud personalities, they want authenticity, focus, and uniqueness, and Olise fits perfectly into that category. Players in his position often secure deals with major sportswear companies like Nike, Adidas, or Puma. These contracts can range anywhere from a few $100,000 per year to several million, depending on performance and visibility. And as Olise continues to rise, those deals only become more valuable. Beyond sportswear, there's potential for partnerships in tech, lifestyle, and luxury sectors. Think premium headphones, gaming setups, fashion collections, and even fragrance lines. These endorsements may appear subtle, but they add massive financial weight behind the scenes. So, while you may not see him promoting products every week, there's a strong chance he's building income streams quietly, just like everything else he does. Now here's where things get seriously interesting. Because what you've seen so far might actually be the simplest version of Michael Olise's lifestyle. If his career continues at this pace, and all signs suggest it will, then the next phase of his life could include some of the most extravagant upgrades imaginable. We're talking about stepping into true supercar territory. Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren. A single Ferrari 488 can cost upwards of $300,000. A Lamborghini Huracan can reach similar figures, especially when customized. And for players at elite clubs, owning multiple supercars isn't unusual. Imagine Olise adding one of those to his garage. It wouldn't just be about speed, it would be about entering a completely different league of luxury. Then there are hyper-exclusive vehicles like the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. This is the ultimate luxury SUV. Handcrafted interiors, starlight ceilings, near-silent driving experience. The starting price alone sits around $350,000, and with customization, it can easily exceed $500,000. It's the type of car that represents status at the highest level, and based on his trajectory, Olise is getting closer to that level every single season. His future in real estate is just as exciting. Right now, his current properties already place him in elite territory, but as his income grows, so does his ability to invest in even more exclusive locations. We're talking about luxury apartments in cities like Paris, London, or even Monaco. Properties in these areas can range from $3 million to well over $20 million, depending on size and location. And footballers don't just buy homes to live in. Many of them invest strategically, building property portfolios that generate long-term wealth. Olise has the perfect profile for that kind of expansion. Smart, calculated, and not driven by unnecessary attention. Future homes could include beachfront villas, penthouses with skyline views, or private estates featuring everything from indoor courts to personal spas. Imagine waking up in a glass-walled bedroom overlooking the Mediterranean, or hosting private events in a multi-million-dollar London penthouse. That's the level he's moving toward. But here's what really makes Michael Olise's lifestyle different. It's not just the money, it's how controlled everything is. In a world where many athletes broadcast every detail of their wealth, Olise operates with a sense of privacy that makes his lifestyle feel almost hidden in plain sight. There are no constant luxury hauls, no daily flashes of cash, no over-the-top displays designed to go viral. Instead, his lifestyle is built on quality, comfort, and long-term value. He leans into understatement, the kind of quiet confidence that doesn't need validation, the type of player who would rather invest in a perfectly tailored wardrobe than chase every trend or choose timeless cars over attention-grabbing colors. Even his public appearances reflect this mindset. Clean, composed, and calculated. Nothing feels accidental. And that's actually what makes it more impressive. Because when you look past the silence, you realize something important. Everything he has is intentional. The cars are carefully chosen. The clothes are selective. The homes are exclusive but private. The upgrades are strategic. Even how he spends his time fits into that structure. There's a clear focus on longevity, both financially and professionally, as if every decision is part of a bigger picture most people can't yet see. It's the lifestyle of someone who understands that wealth isn't just about spending, it's about positioning. So why does Michael Olise's lifestyle shock so many people? It's simple, because it doesn't match the image most people expect. When fans think of luxury football lifestyles, they often imagine loud, flashy superstars constantly showing off their wealth. But Olise flips that entire idea. He moves differently, almost like he's playing a long game that most people don't even realize exists. While others chase attention, he seems to prioritize control, growth, and consistency. That contrast alone is what catches people off guard. You expect noise, but instead, you get silence backed by substance. He's proof that you can live an extraordinary life without constantly putting it on display. That you can enjoy millions, drive elite cars, and live in high-end homes, all while staying grounded and focused. And there's something even deeper about it. His reserved nature creates a sense of intrigue. People don't see everything, and that mystery makes every detail of his lifestyle feel more exclusive. Almost like there's an entire world behind the scenes that isn't meant for public consumption. And in a way, that makes his lifestyle even more powerful, because it feels real, it feels earned, and most importantly, it feels like it's only just beginning. Michael Olise isn't just building a football career, he's building a lifestyle that's evolving in real time. And most people haven't even noticed yet. But they will. Because if he continues on this path, the next time we talk about his lifestyle, we won't just be discussing luxury cars and multi-million-dollar homes. We'll be talking about a level of wealth that puts him among the elite of the elite. And when that moment comes, everyone will realize just how far ahead he already was. So the real question is, how crazy will Michael Olise's lifestyle look in 5 years?